Welcome to the final part of our 3-part series with Ishak Ismail on Career Kopi. In this episode, we explore how Ishak thinks about self-care, joy, and balance, not just for recovery, but as a foundation for sustained contribution. He also offers some of the most generous and practical advice I've heard for anyone looking to find their rhythm in life and work. How do you find time for yourself and your family? That was my curiosity.
It has been and will be my journey with my own family first. At a very young age, when you cannot find your own meaning at the heart and core of who you are, your service and the way you support others will not be as pure. So I've learned that from a very young age, and at 17, 18 actually. And to me, in anything and everything I do, it has to mean a big thing for me. And let me share two things. In my regional director work, just between 2019 to 2022, that's about 4 years. Of course, COVID in between did not. Oh no, 2017, sorry, not even 19. So I had 2 years, 3 years before COVID. I kind of traveled 42 times a year.
That's unbelievable. Fascinating to some, but I think unbelievable to me.
And if you just listen to that and say, then you're never at home. Yes, from a physical count of number of times I travel. And thankfully the company allows me to kind of bring my wife where places I think it'll be something I have space with. So she did come and travel, 6-7 times a year, but that's no meaning compared to the 42.
Yeah.
So how?
Yeah.
So I definitely, in one way, 42, you certainly gave your family away in a way that you're not home for that 42 trips. I said, no. You don't count. So my belief is you don't count days, you don't count hours. You count the attention underlying the time you provide. And interestingly, Hong Meng, when I thought I was traveling 17 times with the military was a lot, and I thought I was giving it up with the family, my wife didn't feel that 42 times. She didn't feel like you're gone again. I mean, she did once and once, hey, you're going again, but it's not that, oh my God, you got to stop this job. You're taking your time away from family.
Yeah.
And I want to put in context, of course, it only is possible because my kids are at the university, post-university age.
Yeah.
If they were not, I'll not take this job.
Okay.
But the context is 42 times as possible, depending where my family is. And no way they will feel they've lost me just because my choice is taking on a job that requires me to travel.
Yeah. So even though the frequency has more than doubled, the wife is not making that observation that hey, you are spending more time flying. Yeah. But you have managed to find a good integration and flow with this level of intensity, and still works for you. I think as long as I think the whole thing is meaningful and purposeful for you, I get it.
It is. It's how you give back, and it's really going back to scheduling your priorities. All right.
Yeah.
So in my sense, family is priority. So if I spend a week, I look around, there will be things I will say, no, I won't attend this. No, I can't do this. And I will create the space around family, meaning if it's a week, I'll probably give up maybe 1 or 2 lunches unless they're really important to people who need my time. If not, it's back to family. And I have this formula that has worked very well. So we need to think through what could you routinely do that's powerful, that you don't have to double think because it's given back to family. So I call it the 4 to 7 hour, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Those are my best networking time. Those are the times I create meetings with people. And many people said, I'm at work and maybe we can do dinner. I said, can you do 5:30 or 6? And they say, yeah, I think I can do that. And at 7, I'm gone. I say, thank you very much. No matter how interesting it is, we've given the time. And no matter how much you say that, hey, no, just have dinner, we have a new place to stay. I would say, no, my routine is thank you very much. And I time back for my family.
So that's something that you have built into your life as a system?
Yeah. So you got to figure out, if you want to say this is important, what then could you put in place as a process, as a system, as a habit?
Okay.
That you would say, if I protect this, then I can take care of everything else, right? Then I can do multiple things. And I know, therefore, DNA, the family will be looked after.
Okay.
Right? If in a week, in this week, because we had the dinner with the international conference, I will be there. There's a commitment. Because I influence that at the appreciation. But if you want to say there's another event, it'll be good, I will evaluate that from what will be something I can contribute. Because if I have to ask, I have to tell people out there, what would be my advice? Hold tight, because the moment you're willing to give, quite relax in things, it all adds up. Then you will start to feel that you're juggling.
Okay.
That's when you feel, oh my God, I got juggling my time. I got juggle my time with family and what I want. And once I can hold on to something that is routine, it's habit, the core, then I don't have to. That's why I threw away the word juggling, because it is part of what I want, and how do I routinely put it in.
Yeah. I mean, now that the way you have described it, you made it clearer to me why someone like me looking at so many things on the plate would think in terms of juggling. But I think you made it clear that if the meaning of what you're doing fits that larger vision that you have of your life, then it's not juggling, right? It is a meaningful and purposeful work that you do. And in order for you to be effective and contributing at every single one of those roles, you have to build systems. There are some simple systems that you build, some habits that you must have, so that you will know how to say no to certain things and yes to certain things. Is that a correct way to put it?
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a question I may not have answered. What about me? Right?
Are you taking good care of yourself?
I'm gonna make you laugh, because it's the cliche here is the song Greatest Love of All. If you hear that song carefully, the greatest love of all is self. As much as I said that the habit starts with looking at things for the family, I actually say one more level is if myself is looked after first. So it's not that kind of thing, I love myself. No, I love self enough to make sure that I can rest well. I can organize my mind. At this moment, I don't know what stress is. I start the day with joy. I say I partner joy. I use that as a simple test of self. If things I do give me joy, that's what as the basis. And if I am greedy for joy, and I use this word greedy for joy, then I will make myself capable in a physiological way, in a psychological way, to partner joy. Let me share a specific example. In order to take on a very hectic week, or even a day, that sometimes starts waking up at 4 something in the morning. I don't want to do that. But if I have to go from east to west to develop leaders, I do get up about almost close to 5. I'm out of the house at 5:50. We're in the training room by 7:30, and I do that repeat a whole week, 4 days in a week. At my age, 62, it could take a toll on me.
Yeah.
And I want to spend time dedicated to not just tick the box. So I need to develop self tools. Sleep well, and I do that very well. Hydrate well. Right. So I have this acronym called SWOSS.
What is that?
Sleep.
SWOSS.
Yeah. And I am conscious that I do this. If I do this SWOSS and I do it well, I can tell you I'm ready from self to take on this 5 role plus 1 plus 2. SWO. I can do it anytime. I'm doing it with you now. If you notice on my left, it's a water bottle.
Yes.
Okay. And if you look at my face, I'm smiling. So S is smile.
Okay.
The smile is a physiological way of relaxing the muscles. But because I partner joy, I smile naturally. But if I'm in a tight spot, I actually bring a smile deliberately. It's very funny.
Okay.
And the smile gives me a relaxation. So I bring a deliberate smile in a challenging moment, just to relax my body. And it's therefore the S is not the times when I'm smiling for natural reason. I will smile because it's physiologically relaxing. I will hydrate, which is W, which is the water bottle that you can see I'm holding on. I will breathe well, which is oxygen, SWO, smile, water, oxygen. A more deliberate breathing in between hectic moments before the start of a very important session, just to balance myself. So the experience of people is my calmness, my body in balance with water, which is then gives me a very calm, and then the oxygen breathing. So I can do this 3 all the way, SWO. Yeah. The other 2 S are sleep, and so have you ever been asked, Hong Meng, do you have a superpower? And my answer when I'm asked is sleep is my superpower. It has become a superpower because I can sleep well, I can sleep anywhere, I can adjust my sleep, and I do it well because I need to look after myself. Yeah. And my last S, I don't know whether I can say this on air, but the way we clear our bowels. Okay. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It gives the whole balance to it completes the cycle. It completes the cycle. Yeah. So you see, I want 6 things, and yet self must be looked after. Again, in a similar manner, my 4 to 7 timing, which is a routine way of making that work. SWOSS is my habit and routine for self-care. Okay. So this is what has gotten you to where you are today, to be able to accomplish everything. And then at the same time, for people to experience Ishak as a source of calmness and wisdom in the most challenging situation. I think that's how most people experience you, and they see the smile on your face. What I'm also curious about is there anything in your entire journey that you have found surprising or most fulfilling for you, living your life this way? What is surprising for me, if anything, is how deliberate one needs to be if you really want something. Right? I say I visualize things, but I didn't realize it was surprising to me that I got to put thought to it. It just doesn't come on a platter. Such days and such weeks and meaning and purpose is not given to you. So it surprises me that how deliberate I am, and how deliberate I need to be. Over time, I realize once in a while I catch myself, I say, "Oh my God, Ishak, you think through these things, right?" And it surprised you? It surprised me, right? I thought it was like, okay, I am detailed, but then I went back, I realized, oh my God, what? You're so detailed, but then I realized I need that. It gives me, again, peace. It gives me an attention to things. And, I'm taking MRT these days as an example of how it surprised me. I just thought, okay, let's take MRT. I don't need to drive if it's a day. And what surprised me, how detailed taking MRT now becomes in achieving my okay, watch this, and achieving my life purpose. I'm like, what? Can you imagine? It surprised me. Now taking MRT is a big part of achieving my life purpose. It's not about sustainability, by the way. Okay. It's not about sustainability. It's like this. At the time when you're in the 60s and you have adult children, this is the first one, right? My gift in parenting today is not being a parent by teaching and all that, but being. And my health is part of that. And I don't want to be the deadweight anchor when my health is my children's challenge. So where does health fit in MRT? It does. To think about the stations I need to change talk about the timing, to take a look at timing, it's always thinking in my mind. New lines comes up, it's my health. Can you imagine? Singapore introduced new line, is related to my health. Why? I got to think through now. How can I use it? How can I plan around it? And that's playing with the mind. Yeah. So even taking MRT train has that. It's an excitement, right? You got to think through. And then physically, you bring yourself out. Like coming to you today, it's go and drive. It's very short, and then you come back. I said, no, it's so important that I take the bus, take the MRT, walk here. Because those are, again, the routine I need to put in place. And when I take the MRT, I take the escalator. I walk up and down. Now, let me see. Why is walking up and down escalator different from saying I want to walk up and down the steps.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I'm going to
curious.
surprise you more, right?
Yeah.
Balance is a very important part of 60s and beyond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you need to do exercises for balance. If you walk up and down an escalator, a moving escalator, isn't balance an important part of the exercise? If I walk at steps, it's not as good as a moving escalator.
Yeah, it certainly should be.
Yeah. Okay, you see, it surprises me and I start thinking, oh no, I must take the MRT. I've got the mind, I've got the body, I've got the balance. And then what surprises me is I am in the train. I add on my vicarious learning, which is, oh my God, I see life, I see young people, I see youth, I see older. You see?
Yeah, so you surprised me, Ishak, in the deliberateness with which you approach almost everyday activities. And I've always shared with you how I am surprised by your joy, apparent joy in dealing with details. And I at least get a glimpse into how you think about them. And then they are just not problems to be solved. You attach meaning to them that are connected deeply with certain values.
Yeah. But then I ask myself, because I want the bigger things. And you just don't get the bigger things. You've got to be deliberate in the things you do in small ways. It all adds up to the positives.
Yeah.
And I get it every moment if I take the MRT, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So therefore, the surprise came with the word. I am greedy for joy, but I work on it. Every step on the escalator is my greed for health.
Yeah.
See, that's how I'm equating.
Yeah. But that is a wonderful way to look at it. And it gives a lot of meaning to the activities that we engage in almost mindlessly every single day for most of us. But you have attached a level of consciousness to these activities that I hope I get to learn it myself. I don't imagine it to be easy just because I hear it from you. I think it requires years of practice as well.
It's just an experience. Once you experience a certain thing and you connect, hey, this is quite fun. Hey, this is more than just literally more than just using MRT for transport. Right? So my journey is never just for the going from point A to B. It's like almost my MRT, my gym. And most of the time, if it's 5 stations, 6 stations, or sometimes even 10, even if I have a choice of seat, I will stand up and balance.
Like I said, right, you are one person who has been extremely conscious of every single activity that you engage in, no matter how rudimentary, how routine it is to everybody else. But for you, the way you approach it with deliberateness, and I think that accumulates into a bigger thing in life for you. You are after joy, and I think you can pursue all your activities with a great deal of joy. And I think today you have given us a lot of good advice and pointers on how I think a lot of us can approach the challenges that we have around us. I'm curious to know, what advice would you offer to someone who has decided to step into something new and unknown?
Yeah, my quick reaction to that question is, do not duplicate what you hear. Just because I told you about how deliberate I am and all that and how my thinking, it doesn't come overnight. So my quick advice is, I started to feel joy in the simplest way without any thought. So let me share the example of how it would find joy. So make it very tactical, make it in your mind space. If you're looking for something to do in a job or trying to study, my advice would be, do something you like or something you can do well in. Of course, it can be both, that's great. If you can do something well in, even you kind of like maybe not prefer it, you get joy there, right? Because I'm doing something I can do well in. And if you have a choice, when someone gives you something you like, take it. Now, when you experience joy over this very short-term things, there's nothing about big life, but because if you do all that, great, right? That's duplicating, right? You will grow your own awareness that, hey, I like this. I can work on this. And I want more of this. So the first advice is take something you like or something you can do well. Experience the joy.
Mm-hmm.
Then in your own ways, do be reflective. What would be meaningful for me? That's it. In your own ways, you'll discover it. And if I have anything, I'll give you advice. If anything, find a way to have a formula to tackle self in a routine way. That one you can duplicate, you can find meaning, because that's about physiological self. It's about, as simple as if I say, should I advise everyone to think about smile, water, and oxygen? I would say the easiest way, do it. Yeah, that advice I can give to anyone.
Yeah.
Which I do.
Yeah.
But the others, I met a lot of youth, I spoke one-on-one. I would never tell them I got a formula. Right? I would then ask them in their mind what could be their formula. And then work with them. And I found that's why my advice never duplicate, because I found in the variety of people I've spoken to, they have found their own formula in attending to things and partnering joy.
Thank you. So what has worked for you, you're not offering it as a formula for someone to copy, duplicate, except for the very basic things around sleep, water, oxygen, smile. This one, I would recommend that everybody pick this up. But otherwise, if you're approaching something new or starting a new career, examine what is it that you like, examine what you are good at, find some meaning there, pay attention to the level of joy that you're deriving from the work that you're doing.
And then I want to chase more of that. And then you'll find your own formula. How can I do it? How can I get more? And then your power comes back to you.
And develop that into a superpower, I guess.
Into your own superpower.
Yeah.
Find something that you can say one day. If someone asks you, what's your superpower?
Yeah.
Try and find an answer with at least minimally one thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's powerful.
Yeah.
Right. And thank you for taking time out to speak with me today, Ishak. I think I've gotten a lot out of it. I'm not sure the listeners, what else they will get out of it, because I'm sure there's a lot that we have talked about. And I think there's advice there for people at various stages of their career, whether you're starting out or whether you're at a point where you've decided to try something new. I think there's wonderful advice there. Where can people find you?
Easiest is LinkedIn, Ishak Ismail, and I think there could be others, but there, but look for Singapore. I think you'll find me there.
Yeah, I don't think it's difficult to find you. And congratulations! Recently, it's just been honored by the Faculty of Arts and Social Science for being a distinguished alumni.
Thank you, Hong Meng.
Thank you for the chat.
And thank you, everybody, for listening.
And that brings us to the close of our 3-part conversation with Mr. Ishak Ismail. From purpose to systems to self-care, Ishak's journey reminds us that designing a meaningful work life isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters with intention and joy. If this series resonated with you, I would love for you to subscribe, share it with someone on a similar path, or leave a review. Thank you for joining me on Career Kopi. Until next time, keep exploring, keep evolving.